He knows, man. How are you, my brother? You
I'm
well?
good, sir. I'm very well, sir. And yourself?
Good. I'm blessed, my brother.
Good.
Always can't complain. You know what I mean?
Good. Good
Just
to hear.
we're living. Listen, we're here to talk about Lux Afrique, Polo,
Uh,
cocktails, canopies, a day of glitz, glamour, and galloping thoroughbreds.
yes.
Listen, I've not been. I'm coming this year, and
Love it.
I'm excited because I wanted to come last year, but we
Oh,
couldn't
wow.
do it for obvious reasons, which
Yeah.
you're going to get into. I really wanted to know though, mate. It's one of the hottest days on the calendar that I've never
Mm.
attended, and but talk to me about it. What can people expect from this year's event? I'm going to get into what inspired it in a minute, but what can
Yeah.
people expect from this year's event?
Well, I think what you can expect, I mean, if you've never been to a polo event before, then this is a perfect opportunity to go to it. I think when you look at the polo community as a whole, it's difficult to navigate if you're from the African or the Black community, because it's always created, for white people. But there are so many African polo players across Africa. There's 15 polo clubs across Africa in total, and is widely played across Africa since centuries. So it's not something that is just a new sport that is being played in Africa. It's been played for centuries. But in this country, we see it as an elitist sport and only perhaps for white people. So when you say to people, oh, there's an African polo day, they kind of look at you like, oh, Black people play polo? Yes, we do play polo. So we wanted to create an environment where you could come there, wear your African attire, be proud of the culture that you've come from and wear that inspiring clothing to the nine, with the hats, with the colorful, with the jewelry, the everything. Come and eat some African food, come and listen to some African music, and at the same time, watch African polo. And that's really what the sentiment is all about. It's really just having a great day out, enjoying your culture, but you're stepping it up a level because you want it. It's almost like on a luxurious level, if that makes sense.
Well, it's interesting you touch on that because I've seen the pictures. Right?
Yeah.
I've seen the pictures, and they've been inspiring to say the least. Because one, as you touched on, we don't really see images emanating from that space in that way, with a whole load of Black people in there, and two, because the women always put on a show, right? And it seems like you've had good weather for some of the last few years. So some of the dresses and the attire has been stunning and really, a spectacle to behold. That's really what's inspired me to want to attend. Talk about what previous events have yielded, and have they surprised you how successfully they've been received and the interest in them?
Yeah, I think when we first started off, because we started off 5 years ago as a concierge company. So we look after ultra high net worth African clients. And within the ultra high net worth clients society, polo in Nigeria, in Ghana, in Kenya, they go to that on a regular basis. So there's nothing new to them. I think what it was pretty much that, they go to the Formula Ones, they go to the Wimbledons, they go to all the other big, great events, but they wanted to find something that they could do in the UK that was on the same grand level. So that's why we created it. But when we created it, we actually said, we don't want to keep it very elitist. We actually want it to be for the community. We want it for everybody to experience. And that's where we weren't too sure whether people would be like, well, maybe that's not for me, watching horses and, But surprisingly enough, it would appear that our community like that type of thing. It's actually something that, it's a one day in your calendar to go and experience something completely different from your norm. If Cartier Polo was having a polo event, you would love to go, but you're not invited, But with an event like this, which is ours, everybody's invited. So you can go there, you can appreciate it, and you can get to understand why people go to polo and why it's such an elitist sport for whatever reason it is. And, you can also enjoy it, as you would if you went to the Ascot. And that's the idea behind it.
Yeah, you're definitely dispelling misconceptions about the type of people that do attend these events by hosting them.
Yeah.
And another positive I've been informed on is the networking that goes on at these events. And if you're attracting these different walks of life, it's a great opportunity, right?
Absolutely. I mean, if you're coming there, make sure you have your business card, because you don't know who's going to be next to you. You know, these are people who are in the industry. They're people in, you know, managing positions. You know, there's club football owners, there's celebrities, there's influencers. Literally, it's a networking garden. And stranger enough, the very first one we did, somebody met their wife there and got married.
Oh, wow. Okay,
So,
fantastic.
you know.
Great story. Yeah, great story. There you go. There you go.
So it opens a lot of potential. So you just got to be open-minded and, you know, want something a little bit different from the norm, you know?
I see all the beauty. I see all the good things attached to this, Alex. Where are the headaches, mate? In pulling this event together.
Well,
I can imagine. I can imagine your phone must ring off.
Well, I think one of the important things is that, you know, as a Black community, we need to support each other. You know, that's very, very important. You know, it's great that you want to go to, you know, Wimbledon, Royal Ascot, and Formula Ones and great stuff. But when we do stuff, you need to support the Mobos. You need to support the Lux Afrique Polo Day. You need to support Afro Hair Beauty. You know, we need to support our own. It's very important. The Black power and the Black pound is huge. And if we're not supporting each other to build each other up, then we're never going to survive in this community. So that's can be one of the challenges that we face. And then more importantly, you know, there's other challenges as well, you know, because, you know, I want the idea of going to polo be the norm for everybody. It's not beyond you. It's not, oh, because, you know, I live in a certain area, I can't go to that. No, we want our mindset to be elevated to the point that this is us. African polo is us. It's not beyond us. It's us. This is what we do. So there's no reason to be embarrassed because you can wear your African outfit to come there. There's no reason to be embarrassed because the food might be taste. No, it's African food. You know, there's no reason for you to feel any way that, oh, you know, maybe the music, you know, it's African music, you know, and then there's no way for you to feel like, oh, who's that guy, you know, riding the horse or whatever the case may be. That's an African brother or sister riding the horse. So it's for us, by us, and there's no reason for you to feel any way about it. And that's really the concept, in a sense.
There are other attractions, specifically ones for supercar fanatics. Talk about it.
So yes, what we do is we'll have a couple of supercars there, because what we want to do is make it a bit more broader. So it's not just, okay, I've got the polo, you know, I've got the networking, you know, there's going to be other experiences like the supercar, you know, like, you know, we're going to have a fashion display. You know, we want to kind of, you know, turn into other things. We have the food section, which is going to be from different African countries. So have you tasted Kenyan food before? Have you tasted Ghana food before, or Nigerian food before, or, you know, South African food before? So you're going there to get an experience with the polo rather than it just be about the polo, if that makes sense.
It does. It's at the Berkshire Polo Club in a pretty prestigious part of the country, Windsor.
Yep. That's where Williams and Harry play polo.
Yeah, there you go. How was on board in the polo club? Were they receptive to the idea and all embracing?
You know, I think every polo club has its little kind of, oh, okay, you're going to take over our polo event and it's just going to be Black people. But
it's a different prospect, right?
Absolutely. But I think, you know, nowadays, you know, everybody's trying to be inclusive, and they see that as this is a great way to introduce more people that perhaps would never have gone to polo into polo and them experiencing their polo clubs. So far to date, it's been very, very positive, and may God, you know, help us make sure that continues.
All right, let's get to the sport, Alex. Who's playing who?
So we have a couple of guys from Nigeria, from Ghana. We've got a guy from Kenya. We've got Jamaican. And then, so we've got plenty of people. The way we do it is not really like Africa versus Africans or anything like that. It's just a match of different cultures playing together. That's all it is. We try not to make it too competitive because otherwise...
Yeah, I see what you did there. I see what you did there. People get carried away, don't they?
They get too competitive, like it's about, you know?
I'm not even going to ask you who's providing the jollof. I'm not even going to go. Listen, Alex, is there anything else you want to talk about Lux Afrique Polo Day?
Definitely, I think it's important for people to know that, you know, obviously we're on Instagram, you know, Lux Afrique Polo, And we obviously, our website is luxafrique.polo.com. So please feel free, go and check it out. If you can't make it this year, then make it next year. Put it as a date in your calendar. Is one of those events you must dress up to the nine. We do not accept anything but that, because it's a celebration of our culture, and we want to showcase that our culture is for kings and queens, and that's what we are. So we represent ourselves just like kings and queens, and let's go out and celebrate this special day, because being stuck at home for a year and a half not doing anything, this is a perfect way to just release and enjoy and mingle and just enjoy. On
that note,